The world watches with bated breath. Tensions are high. From the battlefields of Europe to the uneasy waters of the Pacific, the threat of conflict looms large. The question on everyone's mind: are we on the brink of a third world war? The answer is complex. There is no simple yes or no. The global landscape is fraught with potential triggers, a tinderbox waiting for a spark. Old rivalries have reignited, new threats have emerged. The rules-based international order, painstakingly built after the devastation of World War II, is under immense strain. The spectre of nuclear annihilation, once a distant nightmare, feels all too real. This is not a time for complacency. The stakes are incredibly high. We must understand the forces at play, the potential consequences, and the paths to peace. The future of humanity may depend on it. Several hotspots around the world could ignite a wider conflict. The Russia-Ukraine war, now in its third year, shows no signs of abating. Russia's aggression has shattered European security and raised fears of a wider war on the continent. NATO, once a symbol of Cold War deterrence, is now directly involved in supplying arms to Ukraine. In the Middle East, the situation remains volatile. Israel faces threats from militant groups like Hamas. Iran's nuclear ambitions stoke regional tensions. The United States, entangled in the region for decades, walks a tightrope, trying to balance its interests and prevent a regional conflagration. Across the Pacific, China's rise poses the most significant long-term challenge to the existing world order. Taiwan, a self-governing island that China claims as its own, is a potential flashpoint. Chinese military activity near Taiwan has increased dramatically, raising concerns that Beijing might resort to force to achieve its goals. Adding to the global unease is North Korea's unpredictable behavior. Kim Jong-un's regime continues to develop its nuclear and missile programs, defying international sanctions and threatening its neighbors. Any miscalculation on the Korean peninsula could have devastating consequences. The United States, as the world's sole superpower, plays a pivotal role in this complex geopolitical chess game. However, America's global standing has been tested in recent years. The chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan and the perceived decline in American power have emboldened adversaries. Domestically, the United States is grappling with its own demons. Political polarization, economic inequality, and social unrest have weakened the country from within. This internal strife makes it more difficult for the United States to project strength and leadership on the world stage. The recent re-election of Donald Trump has further muddied the waters. Trump's unpredictable foreign policy, characterized by a mix of isolationism and hawkish rhetoric, has kept allies guessing and adversaries on edge. His ongoing negotiations with Vladimir Putin over Ukraine have raised concerns within NATO about a potential rift in the Western alliance. The path ahead is perilous. The world stands at a crossroads, facing the daunting prospect of a future defined by conflict and instability. But amidst the gloom, there is a glimmer of hope. The very real threat of a global conflict, with its unimaginable consequences, could serve as a powerful deterrent. Diplomacy, however difficult and frustrating, remains the only viable option. Open lines of communication between adversaries are essential to prevent misunderstandings and miscalculations. International institutions, though weakened, can still play a role in fostering dialogue and cooperation. The world's nations must find common ground on pressing global challenges like climate change and pandemics. Cooperation on these issues can help build trust and create a more stable and peaceful world. The road ahead will be long and arduous, but the alternative, a world consumed by war, is too horrifying to contemplate. The time for action is now.